Atlanta's #1 hip hop station, Hot 1079, MiAsia In The Midday. And I am super excited today because my next guest, this interview right here, none other than the legend, the dream, the radio killer.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
What's up, Virgo? What you been up to?
Man, you know, doing Virgo things. You know how we do.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
You just pointed me out. You just called me out up in here. Like, oh, you silently working on something, huh?
I mean, that's what you do, though. Like, for you to pop out with as many records and ideas and songs. I mean, like I said, I called you a silent assassin earlier. I really think that, you know, your work ethic is out of this world. Your credibility in the industry, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And,
Thank you.
you know, like, for you to pop out and bring it back and have an album on the way soon, I think that this is something that the culture needs.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the people, and of course, thank you for that. Really, I'm excited to see my people, and I mean my core fans from my thing, because of course I have fans because of things I do for everybody else. But I'm really excited to be, of course, here talking, you know, and just speaking about music, because I feel like that part is, of course, important, but also just the action of what R&B does to our culture when it's done right. So for me, I feel like I'm like one of those last Mohicans when it comes to that. Like I got to do what I need to do and just set the precedence so so we can keep music at a certain height.
And you're doing that. Obviously, you called yourself the radio killer long time ago. And I'm right here in the flesh
age, woman.
on the radio. So talk about the impact that radio has had on your career, on your life.
Oh, man, it's everything. It's been everything. It's what I grew up to. Of course, I grew up here in Atlanta on the West Side, Zone 1. And so for me, radio was everything, man. You couldn't wait to get to radio, you know. And because you knew at the time it was a part of what the city was saying. It wasn't like a corporate thing saying like this is a blanket of whatever. Atlanta always kind of kept that from me to you spirit. And so since it's been, I feel like the civil rights movement had a lot to do with that in the idea of what modern radio had become, especially in the 90s.
Yeah.
So for me, man, I would wake up. I want to know what's going on, who hot, who not. Like somebody get fighting last night. You know what is Bobby and Whitney doing today? You know, it's just a bunch of times in my life where I just look to radio to feel good about the day.
And of course, you know, Hot 1079, we're always going to look out for you. We're always going to support you. You know,
absolutely.
You being from Zone 1, real Atlanta.
Hey, man.
We saw you at the Hawks game. Man. You were courtside.
Hey, man.
What you think about the series right now?
Oh. Oh, God. Don't get you want to. Oh, we're going to turn this into a sports radio. Hawks. What have we done?
We're down one in the series.
It's like that thing, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I remember when we were in like playing Little League things and the coaches would be like, be aggressive, be aggressive. That's what, I'm like, what happened, dog? They just got a little sleepy the last 2 games. I need them to wake up, though. Yeah, first of all, them tickets ain't even cheap. That's
I know.
'1.
I know.
I've been watching losing basketball since 2006.
Man.
What's going on around here?
You know what you got to do? You got to turn the TV off. You can't look at them. You just got to wake up and be like, we won?
I'm talking about, but you at the game. You can't turn your eyes off. You just there. And if you can't got your eyes closed, you listening.
Right. You going to be tapped in.
Referees, by the way, where y'all staying at while y'all down here? Because we need to make sure we send y'all over some. Where you got those ribs from? What was the place?
Southern Gentlemen's.
We need the Southern Gentlemen's like thing. So we need to send them over something.
Yes, and I love that you make fatherhood look so great. You know, you're married, you have kids, you're balancing, actually you're living a double life.
Oh my God, you have no idea. Jesus. I swear, when I grew up, man, my grandfather, and I was just talking about this, and set a certain precedence about how he was a cement mason here since the 60s. So all of these buildings that are popping up now, like the AT&T building, which is not even AT&T anymore. The Bank of America building was just a scale of a thing. Like I was at that site when it wasn't even there, when my grandfather and a part of the local 148 at the time was pouring the concrete for that building. And so I've seen the city come from a different spot in my house because those older men was at my house and working all the time, and sacrificing. And I you understand it then, but you understand it more as you become older, that also as a child, I feel like I had a job to do and I did it. I wasn't I needed, of course, we call love is what we're taught that love is. And love for me was my mom and my grandfather busting their ass,
Yeah.
getting things done. And as a child, me trying to make sure no teacher called them while they on their job to come up there, because that, of course, that's a whipping.
Yeah.
Of course, immediately. But more so doing both jobs, like, and so I'm just elated at certain points that even my kids are most of the time doing their part, and not having to feel like you got to coddle them to. Because the worst thing is sending a 30-year-old out here somewhere and they still a kid.
Yeah.
I know y'all, man. Y'all probably gonna talk about it as soon as I leave. But this boy I dated last night, he don't even know if he know how to tie his shoes. This is terrible.
Right.
Those particular things mean everything to all of us, on both sides, female and male, to know how to handle yourself early on instead of feeling like we're in this perpetual state of being a child and we need to be, hey, man, take care of me. Like, no, man, let life happen. Figure it out. Get through something. Be resilient. And so that part is what I'm in that phase of always teaching that, especially as a father.
Yeah.
And so that's my whole household, resilient.
Yes, and then like watching them, obviously they have been great examples to you. So is that why it was so important to you? Like, when I think you've been married 3 times?
Yes.
Is it so important for you to make that commitment to a woman because you've had examples in the past?
Oh, absolutely. But not only that, the point is you can't get anything right unless you try to do it right from the onset.
Okay.
And so I was never afraid of any type of commitment to anything in my life. Like, it was always like, all right, cool, this is what we doing, and really serious all the time. And I probably got a lot of that from my mother. My mother was really serious about her commitment.
What's
to
her sign?
A thing. Sagittarius.
Okay. My mom is a Sagittarius too.
There you go. Shout out to the Sagittarius.
Yes.
But when I lost her, and I was 15 when I lost her. That was 92.
My condolences.
And thank you. And that thing, I kept that part with me. Hey, man, be serious when you're, with somebody. Regardless how it turns out, at least start it out showing, hey, I'm serious and I'm not
committed.
playing. Like, if I find out you playing, I'm out.
I'm out.
And so I try to stay serious about people and take people's time. And it's not hey, I'm Dream, so my time is worth more than yours. Like,
right now.
Nah, like, everybody time, you give it with purpose, and you just have to add more intention to it. All of those things, man. And then you just try your best. And hopefully, you end up with somebody that's super graceful.
Yeah.
And understands, like, whenever failure is going to come in your life as an individual,
yes,
your failure is going to be there, whether you have friends, and you'll know whether they're friends or not, because they'll still be there. Or ones who are like, oh, he ain't got no money today. I can't even go by there right now.
Yes.
Those things, man, those lessons, all those things my grandfather told me when I was young, man, it was so many days that he just got on my nerves. And I was like, and he's just been right. He was right the whole time, almost about everything. And my mother was just serious and sweet.
Yeah.
About everything. I'm at SCAD now as a student.
Okay.
And so my daughter actually goes there as well. And one of my sons, who's a twin of another. And so I brought Pharrell in. And Pharrell starts to do this whole thing on stage. He's like, yeah, man, I can't believe y'all got Dream just up here with y'all going. My children are like,
oh, my God.
I'm like, oh, I feel bad because the next morning, y'all going to have friends y'all don't want.
And
I was like, it's all because of P. I was like, I didn't tell him to say all those things, but now your cover's blown and now they're just going to school.
What's your favorite part about fatherhood?
My favorite part is just watching how happy a kid is. Like, just, and trying to make sure I don't curve that thing. Learning things in life is one thing, but don't curve the thing that makes them childlike. Because a lot of my things were taken away. I grew up on the West Side, so when you walk out the house and there's guns here and there's maybe a crack bag here, like, that changes what you are as a child. Your protection starts to be a little different.
Yeah.
But to watch a kid naturally go through life in a way where they just get to be themselves and not to be aloof or not understanding how life works.
Yeah.
But just, hey, man, I want to do this thing. Can I do it? Yes. And just make sure there's no nonsense surrounding it. my favorite thing is just watching them grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the music because obviously you had a private listening party last week, and I'm so
It wasn't
sorry.
that private evidently because somebody
Well,
they was like, "Yo, we all up in here." I was like, "What's going on?" I thought this was a little thing. They was like, "No."
Well, I was invited, but I had some prior
That's messed up.
obligations.
See,
So
I should have known.
I'm sad that I missed
That's
it.
terrible.
What was the reviews like? What's the feedback like?
I don't know. You wasn't there, so
Don't do me like that,
messed
man.
up, dog. Y'all see how she doing me? Hot 106. You see how she doing me, dog?
It was a
Didn't
last
even
minute
pull up on me.
invitation. I didn't know.
You pulled up somewhere else last minute.
No, it was really like I had a business obligation. So I promise I would have come. All
right.
But what do you think that the
the
feedback is?
I mean, I don't. The feedback is great. I don't have when I'm doing those things, man. I just like music is just the love of my life. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I'll share as much of it as I can. Like if anybody like, you could pull up on me. I had so many calls the next day about you didn't invite me to the thing, and I was like, you know, you can come listen to my album anytime. These were like people that were super close, and I'm like,
yeah.
why you
pull up?
You know, I'm not thinking about. If somebody you see every day or talk to every day, like, you make sure I miss your invite.
Yes.
Shout out to Tracy Hill. She's going to be so mad at me.
So Love Hate 2?
Yes, Love Hate 2 is the
After
album.
what? After almost 20 years? Or 19
Yep,
years?
almost 20.
So why did you decide to name it 2 instead of, like, giving us another title?
It about 3 or 4 songs in, it started to spiritually almost feel like it was the record that was coming after Love Hate in succession.
Okay.
Where even though Love versus Money was the record that came second, you know, in the purest form, or when it first was released, the Love Hate 2 just started to feel like an explained stories of certain songs that I did on the first album. And I said, you know what? And I didn't want to do it. I was reluctant. I was like, I don't want to call this Love Hate 2. Love Hate is what Love Hate is.
Right.
I'm not saying it's the best record since 2007 and nobody else has beat it since then. Mm-hmm. That's not me saying that. I've heard that so many times, though. I'm just saying. But seriously, man, it was just a connection between the two records. It made it really easy, and I didn't feel no pressure about it because you think about it in the way of, I'm not trying to top the first record. I'm trying to make sure that this belongs in that space with it.
Yes.
You know, and I know people want it. They want their music, and they like how I tell stories in a certain type of way. And so this was me taking advantage of that storytelling,
right,
and making sure that I could just, you know, give it to something and wrap it in something that people understood. Like, oh, okay, it's not a departure. It's not a art album where I'm just going to go, oh, he's just going left on this album.
Right,
like,
right.
No. We're straight down the middle.
All right, so you're pushing a single. And
they ain't heard that word in a long time. You're pushing.
You're pushing a single.
I feel like I need to go get a sedan DeVille
and
put some CDs in the trunk. No, I'm saying in a good way. No, I'm saying, I love it. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I am pushing the single.
It's out today.
Yeah, it's out right now.
It's out right now.
Right now.
I feel like that was fire. I feel like it was fire. I mean, it's the dream all the way. I feel like your personality when it comes to you being a creative genius, one of the ones that I think people need to. Matter of fact, we're speaking about versus battles right now. I feel like if you had to do a versus battle, you would battle yourself. It would be Dream the writer versus Dream the artist.
Oh man, see you over here trying to get on my good side. What's going on? Somebody send them some wine over here, like 4 bottles.
I love it.
No, I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That first record. And I call it the first offering from Love Hate 2 was to make sure we all understood where this album is going. So there are no tricks up my sleeve. There's no, and I took my time with it. It's a lot of love, a lot of care, and details and things I worked on like last minute. I drove everybody crazy. They're right now like, how many mixes are you gonna do with that thing? I was like, until it sounds right in the car.
Yes.
If it don't sound right in the car, I don't want it. I'm like, but everybody's listening on their phones. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to make sure people feel a certain type of way, which is what I was doing even then. It's not that I don't do that with any of my music. I just haven't had my personal music. I haven't done anything mainstream in so long. I want to remind everybody.
Yes, and I love it. I'm here for it. I've been a Dream fan forever, so like I'm here for it.
My body rolls. Gotta get y'all body rolls ready.
Seriously, and I'm from the East Side. I'm from Atlanta too. So
oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I'm from Stone Mountain.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I should have led with that.
Should have known.
Now you sold 75% of your catalog. Is that true?
One of them.
One of them. What? Oh, multiple. Excuse me. Yeah. And that was 23 million. Can you explain to what that means? Because
Yeah,
most people
I
feel.
don't
I
know what y'all talking about.
I mean,
that was before taxes.
I mean, so if you could explain that, because people think if you sell your catalog, you no longer own anything. You know, so explain what that actually means.
Yeah, man. See, this is a good thing about just knowing what music is and publishing and all of those things. The one thing is there's a reversion clause in the Constitution that people mostly don't know about, which is after a certain amount of years, they have to give it back anyway.
Yeah.
It returns to the rightful person that had it.
Okay.
So it's almost like leasing out a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come back to you. And usually it'll probably be around when your kids a certain time. You know, hopefully you're still here when that happens.
Yes.
75% of a particular catalog, one out of the 4 that I have.
Whew.
And so that particular one, it did 2 things. One, it made me push even more because I sold that before I did Renaissance with B. And I needed to be pushed. It's one of them things where you're just like, I'm cool, you know.
Yeah.
But so I needed that push. 1, 2, it definitely. Well, after that, I basically made 2 new catalogs after that one. How it works is just what you have to do in your life. You have certain investments that you're trying to do. That's what it's there for. Like you can hold on to something if you want to forever. Like you could do it both ways. It just depends on in this life though what you're really trying to accomplish. You know, for yourself. Like you don't get an asset to just sit on the asset so you can just pass it down so your kids can pay taxes on it.
Yes.
Like it just doesn't make that much sense.
Yes.
So when you're adding these things and things like trust to your estates and everything, like all of that encompasses the reason why you make a move like that. And you're just trying to test the waters to see what that number is, because until I did that, nobody was getting that type of number for that type of publishing.
Okay. Now,
Like,
would you battle Kanye West in the catalog? Because in the Verzuz battle, because that's who I feel that you should go against if that's a thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. I could battle Ye. Yeah.
All right. Well, singles out now.
You know what? Yeah.
Thank
We're finna do that right now.
Yeah. Let's do it right now. Set it up. I really feel like
we gotta have a conversation.
Any dream collabs before we go that you haven't worked with? Because I feel like you work with everybody.
Man, I need. You know what? I want Lenny. I gotta work on something with Lenny Kravitz.
Ooh,
I have to do it.
That's different.
Yeah, I have to do it. It's my number one thing to do right now. And it isn't like I don't know where he is. I can't get in contact with him, but we're both on 2 different sides of the planet. Number 1, and 2, he's just a rock star. Like he's just like aging backwards. I'm looking at this guy like, what is going? What kind of fruit and vegetables are you eating?
Another creative genius.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Had a chance to do some recording over at his house in Paris, which was amazing, and that was a whole other thing. That's when you start to really find out who's had money for a long time, and you're like,
noted.
You've had, first of all, hold on, this is the second house that's over here. Got it. So this is like the guest house. Got it. So it's one of those things like, you know, so watch your mouth, Dream. We out here talking about you got money. It's like, yep, you're right. Just watch my mouth.
And you have over 100 something songs on, like unreleased. If you had to give hundreds, I'm sorry.
Hundreds.
That's what I was told.
Somebody said I got hundreds of records
unreleased.
Nah. Girl, I got like 20,000 records. Who told you that?
Ooh, 20,000. So if you had to
how
give...
many records we wrote last month? How many records I wrote last month? Like 60?
Goodness gracious. Take you, 5 minutes to lay a song down?
Oh, yeah. You're pretty close.
Yeah. So if you had to give 250 songs to one person, one artist right now, who would it be? You?
B.
Oh, B? Oh, Beyonce.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, the queen.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, last question. When it's all said and done, what do you want to be known for? What do you want people to know the dream as when it comes to your legacy?
Oh, man. I cared about the culture.
Okay.
Yeah, I cared about the culture. Yeah, especially my people.
I love that.
That's one of the things that Jay says when he's introducing me to anybody. It's like, oh, Dream don't play by his people.
So you would take the dinner over the 500,000. That's what you
Oh, absolutely. That's what I did. That's what my grandfather was. That was the dinner every night. Because you don't get to this without that.
Amen. Well, Dream, we appreciate you so much for stopping by MiAsia In The Midday, Hot 1079. I am sitting across a legend.
Get it.
Go get it. It's hot.